Hello there, and what's up? It's been a while since I've said that. It felt kind of good actually to purge myself of some, feelings. Anyway, welcome back. Toss Today here. This is the Total OS Today channel. Technology for beginners and beyond. Well, you might recall about a month or so ago I gave you a preview of a new series of videos for this year called the Gnome 3 Experiment for Beginners. Can Gnome 3 Linux desktop environment be friendly for beginners? You might recall about, 3-4 years ago, somebody quite famous said that this Gnome 3 desktop was an unholy mess. Kind of laughed at it back then. Is that true now? I think not. So in part 2, I've decided to choose two Gnome 3 desktop environments based on two Linux distributions. One is Debian, Jesse. This is, I believe, Debian 8, I believe. Now, this is still in testing or beta mode, so keep in mind things might still break, although so far it seems okay. My second choice that I'm taking a look at is the Ubuntu Gnome version, featuring, of course, the Gnome 3 desktop. I kind of like both. I'm not sure if I have a favorite, but I figure I would test both just to see if there are any major differences. I haven't seen any yet. But in terms of this test here, or part 2, there are two things you're going to need to make Gnome 3, any Gnome 3 desktop environment friendly. Number one, you absolutely must have the Gnome Tweak tool. Without this, I think a beginner is going to be lost, or at the very least, Gnome 3 will not be quite as user-friendly. And of course, hand in hand with that, you're going to have to pick and choose some of your favorite Gnome shell extensions. Now, as you can see here, one of my favorites is the applications menu. For example, if I click this, you can see a nice drop down, old-fashioned friendly menu. I can slide this off and now it's gone. I can hit the super key and give me that function, or I can turn this on again, click that, and then the super key. I think you get the impression of how this works. Now, you're going to need this and that tweak tool to make any Gnome 3 user-friendly, in my opinion. I've downloaded quite a few extensions to test, and I think in part 3 I'll let you know what I think some of the best Gnome 3 extensions for beginners are, continuing in my quest to make Gnome 3 less of an unholy mess, as it were. Anyway, that's it for this one. Thank you so much for watching and listening, and as always, I will catch all of you sometime in the future.